Come and get him. There's your clue.
I want to buy him a giant lion pin you can put above his bed.
What's happening, everybody? Nick Olson, Chupacabra Offroad, back in the desert in Arizona with the Burros. Awesome group that invites me on all their amazing rides. We're doing a big 3-day 400+ miler from Havasu to Wayside to Wickenburg. That's our goal for today. Day for tomorrow is Wickenburg, back up to Crown King Run, back to Wickenburg, and then day 3 is Wickenburg home. So very similar route to what I did a couple of years ago. Fun to run it back to back in a new car. Last time I did this, I was in my Can-Am X3. Got the Pro R dial, got a bunch of stuff wired up, ready for this trip, and so far it's fun. That last section we just ran, rough race course style stuff. I'm playing out the different suspension modes and seeing what I like best. You see how much fuel the Gas Hog Pro R is taking, but got a big group. I think we have 15 cars. Get some more drone shots, and as they have more time stopped, there's just kind of a quick shed off a layer, grab a water, and keep hitting the road. So we'll check back in a bit. We made our first big stop, Wayside. This is an RV park about 80 miles into our ride, so really enjoying the Razor. I was running in between the sport and the race mode. I put 3 gallons in a little ways back, and this thing took 7 more gallons. So came in, like I said, with 3 additional gallons. I was about 45%, and mileage is a little better than I thought it was going to be. Overall, really enjoying the car, playing around with the different suspension modes, so I can geek out with you guys on a later video talking about, you know, a big review and how I like it in different terrains. But so nice to have the 4-seater for all the space, and 15 cars so far, no issues. Got a Mavar in a group, couple X3s, even a speed, Turbo S's, and a bunch of Pro R's. So good group, good pace, and killer weather. Had a little bit of a breeze. It's dusty. All you Arizona locals know we haven't had any rain in forever. So not too bad, but that's how it is out here. Morning, everybody from Wickenburg. Not really that cold this morning. It's gonna be a good day. We're doing my backyard ride up to Crown King. It's gonna be about 117 miles round trip. We did this route 2 years ago and took a section back that was really spicy, technical. I wouldn't call it rock crawling, but it was low range with a lot of rain ruts and all that. I think we're gonna avoid that section this year. We'll see how it goes. But Pro R's a really good car for these type of rides. I'm really enjoying it. And we will keep you posted on updates here throughout the day. Just enjoyed a burger lunch up here in Crown King. The weather's awesome. You can just smell that mountain breeze. It's so nice coming up here, especially on a Monday where there's no traffic. If you guys aren't familiar in the Phoenix area, this is our local ride. A lot of guys will leave from Lake Pleasant, which is not far from where I live in Peoria, and come up here, have a burger, then cruise back down the mountain. So it gets busy, but you know, it's just pretty much us up here today, and killer weather. It really adds a lot of flavor to this whole trip, doing some fast desert running now and some slow crawling stuff. You saw in some of those clips my buddy Gary and I had to take a couple offshoots and do some of the more technical little snippets in there just to throw it in for good measure. So had to spice it up a little bit, but fun ride. The trail itself is dry, of course, and had much rain like I mentioned, and the Crown King trail was as rough and as, you know, dug out as I've ever seen it. So not really surprised with it being dry and just more traffic continuing coming up here, realizing it's a fun place to come off-road, even if you're in a four-wheel drive. We saw some four-wheel drives on the trail too. So we are gonna cruise back down the mountain, head back to Wickenburg. So pretty chill day. It's always fun when you're doing a ride to have a place to come stop and have lunch, and all that destination always makes it fun. So really digging the Razor. No issues from anybody, just cruising along, clicking off miles. I think it was 55-ish miles from Wickenburg to here, so we've got about the same, you know, the 55, 60 to get back. So it'll be a pretty chill 110, 115 mile day before we head back to Havasu tomorrow. So we'll tune in, check with you guys here in a bit. Morning again from Wickenburg, day 3, heading home. This one is a fun one. It's fast. We've got to get out of town a little bit. There's some private property we don't want to go on before we can really get onto the ride. So we head out of town several miles before we get into our route, and it's really wild, guys. If you've ridden outside of Wickenburg here heading back towards Havasu, it is some of the smoothest terrain I've ever seen in Arizona. No rocks, all sand bottom, like wash bottom, but firm. And you're sliding around and you're just kind of dodging trees, and I just was really blown away. It's like the smoothest section, so it's a cool way to start the ride. You start clicking off some miles, and we're gonna be at a fast pace today. You got some other graded roads that are gonna be really fast, so hopefully no one breaks the belt, but we've had very minimal issues. I think as these cars get better, they can just take so much more, and with a great group, everyone knows how to drive, everyone knows how to manage their car if there were any issues, and all that. So give me a fun, fast day 3. We'll catch with you in a bit. Guys, I had to get the camera out and get my reaction on that section. That might have been the most fun I've ever had in trails in Arizona, maybe ever. You know, I let those clips breathe so you can see the different types of terrain, but when we hit a turnoff and started finally pick up our pace, that first section kind of reminded me of Mike's Road in Baja. It was tighter. You had to really pay attention to what was going on. And then it got even tighter. It was just what I love. It was like single track in a UTV, you know, just how I like riding single track on my bikes. And, you know, I'm trying not to hit the side of the car too hard and hit those big cholla cactuses. But man, that was fun. And then right after that, we got into some slippery turns, and I really had a chance to just try to throw the Pro R sideways. That Pro R is such a big, heavy car. It's got so much inertia. You know, I started to get a little bit more aggressive after a couple turns and get to the inside and get that thing sideways. But once she gets sideways, I mean, it breaks loose predictably. But man, it's just, I'm just trying to feel it out. You know, it's a big, long ride, and I'm not trying to blow one of these turns and do something stupid. But man, it was so fun. And yeah, speaking of sliding, the tensors, you know, I ran them on the speed, the Tensor 2 regulators. I really like this tire. It's it looks like it's going to wear better than the previous Tensor DSR. I think there's more traction for sure. I'm running 17 PSI, and it almost feels like I can go down a little bit. I'm feeling like I've got some good grip. There's nothing I felt like I've hit it so hard. I'm nervous to like have a puncture. Really impressed with them. I think, you know, compared to the DSRs I ran for years, these are less expensive. They're even lighter weight. I feel like they're better performing as a whole. So what's not to like? You know, I really wanted to maybe splurge and try something different like the BFG race tires, but those are really spendy and they wear out quick. You know, I always like to kind of review and use products that most of you guys might use. So comment below what your favorite desert tire is. I'm really enjoying these. I'm not sure if there's anything else on the market that is comparable weight-wise, as well as, you know, and then performance it gets debatable. But overall, the cars running so good. Really love them playing with the different suspension modes. And we're, you know, maybe a third of the way, halfway into our day, 50% fuel. I just put 3 more gallons in. We're just kind of hydrating up and getting ready for the next leg. But man, that was some fun stuff. I mentioned at the beginning of the ride, it's smooth, but there were a ton of G-outs, and some of these G-outs don't look very harsh, and they are brutal. So while it is smooth rock wise in the first section coming out of Wickenburg, there's a lot of little kickers and all that. So I just wanted to show you guys some clips to get you stoked on planning a route out here, because man, this is a fun section. We're gonna get back to it. We'll catch you in a bit.